Oh my god, look how terribly squished my stinger is. But hi everyone, look, I'm vertical now. I'm vertical. Said hi. What is this hi things? What do you mean you're saying hi? What? What is that? What are you doing? I don't do mobile things, so this is all new to me. Also, I think I'm gonna move this up. And I'm trying to figure out the best place for things. I might just make y'all small right there, cause like otherwise then like the text is overlapping each other. You know what I mean? I don't know. Wait, no, on my phone, hang on, it's still like, I'm gonna scooch it over a bit more. Huh? Wait, I'm figuring this out. I don't know, is shorts back in the meta? Did shorts ever leave the meta? I don't know, but hi everyone. Wow! I'm glad this is working. I'm glad this is working. So hopefully this will be like chill and be fun, you know? Like find some new friends. Like people like chatting, right? Also, I don't know, what are these? Can you guys see the like the crown and number things? What is that? Is that new? So hello, scary baboon fan. Ooh, baboons are cool. Hello. What are these? What are these? It's new? Yeah, I was gonna say, what the heck is this? Top fans. How do you... What? Wait, that's so cool. Wait, when did they add this? Hang on, I need to do some research into this because I don't know what this is. What? Wait. YouTube top viewers. What does this mean? No, I don't. It's not what No, I don't mean top views. Oh, it's top fans. That's why. My bad. Top fans. Huh? YouTube is launching a leaderboard to recognize top contributors to live streams. Huh. How do you... I don't even know, how do you become the top fan? That was like 2 weeks ago? Really? I didn't know that. Hello, Catalina. Is that Catalina? Or Catalina? I'm not sure. But hi, welcome in. I'm doing good. Oh, I should probably... I forgot that I get ads in my own content. That is silly. But I'm doing good. I just had dinner before this. I had some Zweigels, which are a type of like German sausages. They're very good. They're very good. Maybe you would know if you were streaming. I'm sorry, I had a vacation. That's not my fault. That's not my fault. Should I even bother having chat on? No, I think I do still want chat on the screen. I don't know. I'm indecisive how to like set this up. Yeah, let's make it a little smaller. Oh, Ebdead's up in the corner there. Goodbye, Ebdead. Literally something that was under. Yeah, but like I'm still gonna go on vacation if I want to go on vacation. But okay, it happens. I have been providing quality, consistent live streams for you guys for over a year now. So let me do what I want. Let me do what I want, okay? I know, I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. I have a life. I apologize. Now let's talk about life. And what do you mean consistently inconsistent? Well, other than sickness and vacations or like technical problems, I have been trying incredibly hard, and I think I've been doing quite well at streaming 5 days a week. Other than those 3 things. But anyway, I guess I titled the stream that we'd be talking about vacation and Offkai. Ooh. Excuse me. Excuse me. I don't know which one. We should probably talk about Offkai first, because that was technically before my vacation. It was the day before. I was supposed to leave for vacation. Wait, I need to pull up a calendar. I need to pull up my calendar, otherwise I'm not gonna be able to like figure this out with days and dates and everything. So I was supposed to leave on Saturday the 21st. Like that was supposed to be my first day of vacation, but then like I had a thing and then another person had a thing, so then everyone else like carpooled to vacation on the 22nd, that Sunday instead. But that Sunday is when I had my Offkai appearance. I was like, guys, I'll be there Monday. So I ended up being like 2 days late to vacation because of Offkai. No, but like it was totally worth it. It was a very cool experience. For those of you who don't know what Offkai is, Offkai is a VTubing convention out in California. So I had the opportunity to be a guest there. I got to drive around on a little what's it called? Like a little robot thing, like a big. It wasn't that big, like a monitor on wheels, and I got to control those wheels. I got to control where I went. So it was like I was like in a little mech suit or something while sitting here at my desk at home. I was at a convention. So it was very interesting. Good news, I did not have any terrible crash or accident controlling the robot. It did not fall over or anything. And the only person that I hit was my handler. I think I like accidentally hit him twice. They were pretty like instant. It was pretty quick. There wasn't really much delay or lag or anything. And that kind of did throw me off because I was expecting there to be some delay, but then there wasn't. So it was just like immediate pretty much. I pressed W on my keyboard and the robot moved forwards. Yes, I had a handler for the hour that I was there. Oh goodness, what was his name? I forgot. Hang on, let me pull it up. I feel bad. I forgot what his name was. I think, was it Vince? Yeah. So my handler's name was Vince. So this was through the VTuber Research Club. You can find them on Twitter. They posted tons of pictures. On my Twitter, I retweeted their promotion tweet of me. So they were the ones who own all the robots, and they sent out the handlers, and they organized the whole thing for people to do this. Yeah, to stop me from being kidnapped, basically. Yeah, to make sure like I knew where I was going. So Vince brought me like around the artist alley, where they're selling all of the art and stuff. I went around to see the cool cars, you know, those like cool sport cars where people like do big anime raps and stuff on them. They had a bunch of VTubing ones there, which were very cool. I should pull up pictures. Where are my photos? They're in the Discord server, but I know not everyone's there. Let me find them. Let me find them. Scroll up. You guys yap too much. You guys yap too much in here. Here it is. Save image. Suisei car. So let me see. I suppose I can just. Oh wait, no, not that one. I'll do this one. Boom! Like, no, don't grab myself. Stop it. Sorry, my mouse is broken, so trying to drag anything is... What's a doozy? Here's... I don't know where to put this. Here, just everywhere. So you said like there's the car. They had a whole roll of cars like that. Hello Sphinx, welcome, welcome. So like that was the car, and there's me and the little robot. I was very excited, as you can see. So the way it worked is I was rolling around, and I had the little QR code there so that anyone could scan that QR code and it would bring them to a site where they could then get to my YouTube and Twitter account. So there was that. I also got to take pictures with people. People came up and were like, "Hey, want to take a picture?" I was like, "Yeah." No, I'm kidding. That is that is nothing like what the interactions were like. I was very awkward. I was very socially awkward. I was trying to pretend that I wasn't, but I definitely was. I was definitely very awkward. And then, but I feel like other people were also kind of awkward because it's weird, you know, talking to a VTuber who's on like a little robot. And then here I am sitting in my own house, like, talking through a screen with someone, like, who I could see them, like, I could see everyone, I could see everything around me, and I'm like actually speaking to this person who's actually in California, across the country right now. So it was very strange, like, to think about. I was like, huh, isn't that funky? Very funky. It's a VTuber convention, everyone there is awkward. Yeah, that's kind of the mentality I went into this with, to try and make myself a little less nervous. Cause I was very nervous. Yeah. I was super nervous. I didn't really know what to expect. So Nelly also did the same thing. But Nelly went 2 days before me, so Nelly had her slot on Friday, and so I asked Nelly, I was like, oh, like, what did you do during your time rolling around Offkai? And Nelly just went like, oh, I just spent the time buying things. I'm like, well, that's not helpful to me, because like I don't know what I want to do, but I do know that I don't want to spend money, and I didn't. I stopped myself. I did not buy money. Spend money. I did not spend money. Yeah, you can, I could, if I wanted to, I could have bought stuff, through the robot. So, cause I rolled around through the artist alley where all the different artists, were selling their work, like on keychains, on plushies, or posters, prints, anything like that. So anything I liked, as long as, like, whether they took Venmo or something, whether I could pay it myself, or I'm pretty sure, like, I also could have had my handler pay for it, and then, like, I would pay them back. And then the handlers would collect everything that you bought, and then they send it out to you. I think technically I got like a ribbon. For those of you who don't know, there's ribbons at some conventions where then you attach the little ribbon onto your badge for the convention, and different like panels or different booths and performances, whatever, they have different ribbons that you then attach to your badge. So this one stand, they gave me one, but I'm like, they don't need to go through all the work and everything of like sending me that. Like, it's okay to just ship me one ribbon. It's all right. So actually, I think the person who's managing the shipments actually just like sent a friend request to me on Discord, probably being like, hey, we have your ribbon, you want? I'm like, I don't need just my ribbon. I really don't. I know, that's what's scary. Like, I could have just gone on a shopping spree in the robot, and like, but I didn't. I stopped myself. My handler took a couple of pictures of business cards of stuff that I liked. So instead of buying them, like when I went up to a stand, I was like, oh my god, I love your stuff. Oh, that one like looks so good. Like, do you have a business card or something that I could have? And then my handler would take a picture of them. Yeah, wait, I gotta burp. Ugh, sorry. Yeah, I think if I was actually there or something, like, yeah, I would 100% be like collecting the ribbons, but like I was just rolling around for an hour. So like I appreciated the ribbon. I was like, cool, I got one, but I don't need it. I don't need it. But it was cool. Some of the people running the artist stands were very nice. There was this one girl, I go up and she was like, they were always so happy, like, to see like a VTuber rolling up to their thing, and they're like, hi, oh my gosh, like, you're adorable, like, you're so cute. And then I would panic and be like, oh my, no, stop, like, you're so sweet, like, you are adorable, like, I love, like, your outfit, I love this and that. So it just ended up, like, anytime I went up to, like, talk to someone, it just was, like, a compliment war, basically. Because I didn't know what else to do other than just, like, compliment. But, like, they were deserved compliments, you know? Like, they deserved the compliments. Another thing is actually someone who has actually, like, seen my streams before. Someone who's, like, an Emilene Briar viewer, like, came and took a picture with me. Like, that's so cool! Like, in that moment, I was like, wow, I've made it. Holy shit, wow. Like, I'm well known enough that someone at a convention is like, oh my gosh, Emilene Briar, do you remember me from this one stream? And I was like, no, I'm kidding. Look, the hard part, and look, I don't know if they're here watching right now, but like, here's the funny thing, right? It was really hard to hear. It was, like, super hard to hear everything through the robot, because, like, it's a big convention, there's people everywhere, and, like, especially in the, like, first area, it's like a big open hallway, so like all the voices are echoing and everything, and then it's going through a really crappy mic. Like, it's going through a pretty crappy ass microphone to get to me, so it was really hard to understand some of the things that people were saying. It was difficult. Hello, Butterfly Gaming. Hi. It was very hard to understand people, so this fan came up and was like, oh, like, do you recognize my name? Like, it's this. Like, I don't know if they want to be known or not. So, like, I'm not gonna say it right now. And I was like, and I was like, yeah, you know, it's kind of difficult to remember sometimes, especially, like, seeing someone and also, like, hearing the name versus reading it, just because it's not that I didn't remember him. I just genuinely couldn't hear, and I was too awkward to say and, like, ask him to repeat it. But then eventually, because then he was like, oh yeah, I came by, like, the first stream I saw of yours was one of the Jackbox streams, and I was like, oh, wait, what was your name again? And then I heard it, and I was like, oh, yes. It just took me a second. I was just too socially awkward at first to, like, ask for him to repeat it, and I felt bad. I felt bad, but then it did work. It all worked out in the end. It was cool. So yeah, it was a very cool experience. I went, and, like, after my time slot was up, I went to my mom and I was like, Mom, one of my viewers actually came and like took a picture with me and everything. It was so cool. And she was like, wow, that's great. Like, my mom may not know, like, a lot with VTubing stuff. Like, she knows very surface level things when it comes to VTubing. Like, she just knows what I tell her. But she is still very supportive of it. I'm glad that my parents do support my silly little hobbies. Makes me happy. Oh my god, wait, I never said that I was gonna... Oh my god, I forgot to post in Discord that I'm live. Oh no! Oh no. Forgot to say I'm live now. Oopsies. No! Oh, silly me. I'm sorry. Oh no. No. Raj, thank you for adding me, because otherwise I probably never would have known. Cause like I was coming over here to like look at the pictures and I saw, I was like, oh, someone added me, and it's ah. I forgot. I'm sorry. Womp 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 womp. Why is it short-sized? So that people can watch on their phones. I don't know. I thought I'd try something different. You know, why not? Why not? I forgot. I was looking at my statistics at some point. I forgot what those statistics were, but I was looking at statistics at one point. And it was like the percentage of people who watch my streams on like TV versus computer versus phone and stuff. Wait, let me look. Let's do a little look-see into my channel analytics. I mean, I think for the most part, I have that's pretty much it about Offkai. Yeah, I think that's about it for Offkai. It was fun, and in the future I think it'd be very cool if WonderPop could have like a panel or a booth or something where we can have like designated like actual meet and greet time and stuff, or like sell merch at like the table there. Yeah, anything like that. I think it would be very cool. Or in the future, when I'm making enough money, then I would be able to actually go. I would love to actually physically go to Offkai sometime. I would really love to do that. Yeah, I think that'd be very cool. I'd like to consider, I've thought about this before, if I would make a cosplay of myself. Well, you know, just be myself there, but then like I'd wear a face mask and like sunglasses or something. Because I know there's lots of VTubers who do that, where they cosplay themselves when they go to conventions. I'm like, that'd be really cool. I think that'd be super fun to do. But I don't know, that could also be like very, I don't know, intimidating. I've also considered that for videos. Like there's a video that I want to do this fall, that would be like in real life content. But like with that, then, you know, you can edit things. Like if it's a video, you can edit stuff to like really make sure you're not gonna do an oopsie or something. So, but yeah, so I have different ideas that I could do that with. And Sibling Briar sews. Sibling Briar knows how to use a sewing machine. So I asked them earlier today, actually. I was like, if I were to like buy the stuff to like make my own outfit, would you assist me in making it? Because for the most part, my outfit's very simple. But it's just like the little things, like to get the purple frills that are down here, like on the edges of my sleeves. I wouldn't know how to attach something like that. I don't know. I'm not sure. But yeah, I guess that's it for the Offkai. In between segments here. In between segments, let's go over my YouTube analytics. So about 50% of my viewers watch my stuff on their computer. Yeah. You're watching this in public without headphones? Hell yeah. Hey, people of the public. Hey, you should look up Emilene Briar on YouTube. Hi. No. I mean, I'm not kidding. You should, but like, you should. But anyway, so about 50% of you guys watch like all my stuff on computers, and then it's 30% who watch it on their phone. So I was like, you know what, like 30%, that's a pretty significant percent, I think, you know? So that's why I was like, you know what, I should try doing a vertical stream of some kind for those 30% of mobile viewers. I mean, that's just like for everything. Because even for my lives, it's about the same thing. For my live streams, 11% of you guys watch it on your TV. 11% of you guys watch on TV. Like 4% is on a tablet. Which is very interesting. Only like 10% of you guys who are subscribed have like all your notifications like turned on for my channel and have YouTube notifications enabled. Guys. Dang. My top geographies for my live streams. Now I feel like this isn't right. I feel like the geographies isn't right. Okay, well when I'm looking at all, it's like 42% are from the US, but then like the other percentages don't add up. Oh wait, let me look up like lifetime. I don't know. Even this I don't think, it's like, dang. Some of them are such small percentages. But yeah, 42% of my viewers are from the US. USA. Like 7% from India, and then like 1.7 from the Philippines, 1.6 from Canada. And these are just like, it's just counting the views and like where those are from. Huh. What is that? Wait, what? What did I post on? What? What did I post on March 30th? What happened on March 30th? Ooh, enjoy your pizza, Raj. That sounds good. So I'm like looking at my analytics, right? And it shows like the views, like all the different spikes and views, and it has different colors to show where it's from. There's like a random spike of like 3.5 thousand views from just India on March 30th. That's what? What did I do on March 30th? And why? What? What would even have gotten that many views on the 30th? Just the 30th? No. That's so strange. I wonder if that's from when like Mr. Pop promoted shorts, because Mr. Pop, he like promoted like 2 of my shorts, so it must be from that. I don't remember when. Excuse me. I don't remember when that was. Let me go see. It might have been this. Yeah, I think it was that. That's right around like the same time. Yeah, because all of that was happening. Even then, the spikes on that one were the 31st and the 1st. I don't know. It must be that, but the top 5 Emmy moments. It's a few days. Yeah, but that doesn't have 3,500 views. Like, it's 3,500 views on March 30th. I don't know where those views went. It must be the promoted ones. It must be that. Did he promote a different one? I don't even remember. No, like, I'm pretty sure it was just those two. I don't know. That's, huh. Very strange. Very interesting. And also, ready, this statistic has changed. Oh, actually, no, it hasn't. Let's see, so my age and gender statistics, alright? So, across the board for everything, my viewers are 24% female. Nice. Male is 76, okay? You go to videos. Actually, this is really interesting. So for my videos, it's 80% female. 80% female viewers, according to YouTube, and 20% men. Like, isn't that interesting? Isn't that interesting? It's probably because, like, most of the views I get from, like, videos on my channel, like, the videos that have the most views are my covers. So, like, it must be other girly pops who are watching the covers, bumping up that statistic so much. Like, that's all I could think of, because, like, that's crazy. And then for shorts, it changes a lot. Then it's 5% female and 95% male for shorts. and then you go to my live streams. And then you go to my live streams. Hey God, I need to throw in a screenshot of this because this is like, this is ridiculous. This is, oh my God, I can't believe this. Where is it? Where did that screenshot go? I need to clean out my screenshots folder because this is like, this is kind of crazy. It's a bit of a disaster. Oh, is it one of those? Wait, I can't read it from here. I can't read it. I'm blind. Not really. It's just very small. Some of these? No, not that. Not that. Not that. Where is it? Wait! Where'd my screenshot go? Maybe I didn't screenshot it. Maybe I'm crazy. Maybe I'm losing my mind. Maybe my mind has already been lost. Oh, nope, there it is. There it is. Oh, it pains me to see that. Oh, it oh. But like, I know that's not true. I know I've had female viewers. I know for a fact I've had female viewers. They just must not have it set like on their account. Like they must not have a gender set on the account. 0%. 0% is crazy. That is like, that's just ridiculous. just damn. Also, wait. This can't be wait. Wait. Also, for my live streams, 23% of my viewers are between the ages of 55 and 64. Y'all are old as shit. That cannot be. That must be people who are like children and they're like, oh, I'm not like 18 yet, so I have to make my Google account to be super old or something. Like there's no other way. I'll see you, Raj. Have a good one. Like, that just can't. That just like, can't be a thing. Like, there's no way. My parents aren't even that old. Oh, people will leave their TV on autoplay. But majority of viewers are between 18 and 34. Which I guess makes sense. And then 8.5 between 13 and 17. Huh. I'm yawning. What other fun little statistics are there? You guys are most active on Thursday nights. Y'all are like really active on Thursday nights. What is it? Today's Tuesday, right? Today's Tuesday. So I guess that kind of makes sense because then there's like the least viewer activity on Tuesdays. That makes sense. That makes sense. Tuesdays and Fridays are like the quietest like activity from viewers. How interesting. But Wednesdays and Thursdays, whoo, let me tell you, y'all are going crazy. Wednesdays and Thursdays. Now explain why. I don't know. Wait, am I just stuck? Wait, why am I stuck being frowning? Hello? I looked over and I was just I just was very disappointed. Man, I was just so bummed out about the fact that no one's here on Tuesdays and Fridays. That was such like a genuine frown too. That was funny. Very funny. Other than that, I don't really know. What else there's? Ooh, trends. What kind of trends are going on right now? What people are looking for? Genshin live stream. Well, I'm not playing fucking Genshin. Hate to break it to you, YouTube. I'm not playing Genshin. This VTuber went viral. Blind rank anime openings. I'd probably get copyrighted for that. VTuber thumbnail. VTuber rigging showcase. These are boring. People are looking that shit up? Really? Dang. Why do I keep, like, dying? Hello, Cammy. Welcome in. What's up? What's up? It's a small sample size. You're so right. But, like, it's not mean because it is true. It is true. Yeah, I have to keep doing shorts. I was thinking of doing a short that is like, so you know the new cover that I did. Shout out to myself. So like my most recent cover, I was thinking of doing a short showing like how I made it. I was doing that. That's something I would like to do. So killer cover. Why, thank you. That was great. Thank you. It took some time to do that. I mean, I can explain to you guys how I made it. So I mean, obviously it would be better in a short because then you have the like visual reference of how I did that. I can throw in the thumbnail real quick. I can put the thumbnail on screen. Actually, I think the thumbnail's on my laptop. I don't I don't think the thumbnail's here. Well, anywho. No, but I feel like I need a visual reference. Whatever. I took images of cardboard from Google, and then I took like free illustration things, and then I put the illustrations on the cardboard, and then I set it to a certain kind of like layer style so that it like looked like it was painted on to the cardboard or like printed on the cardboard. And so like everything was its own layer. Like there were tons of different layers of cardboard on the curtains in there. When the curtains open in the beginning and they close at the end, those were also 2 different pieces of cardboard on separate layers. And then the hills in the background, actually, they were... Because I was taking everything from the same site and I was looking up hills or like scenery and stuff, but it's like a Japanese site, so it's kind of tricky sometimes trying to find what I'm looking for. So I couldn't find any good images to use for the background, so I had to make my own, and the hills that are behind me are green beans. They're like pea pods or like green beans or something, like layered on top of each other to look like hills. I did that, and then I put a sky one behind that. Yeah, so that's how I did that. I took the drawing of me and I trimmed a piece of cardboard like in Photoshop. Like I erased the edges around to be like a better shape. And I attached a popsicle stick to it. And I made it go, you know, and the back and forth. And then the little drops that came down, each of those were their own layers that I used the like same thing. I did the same thing to make those. And then all of the I guess it's animation. But so all the animation was done in Premiere Pro. Like I know Nelly asked if I used like some other program, because I guess there's another program that with that trend a lot of other people were using, but I was like, nope. It was just all Premiere Pro. I have presets that I got for free. So I use those in Premiere. For things like pop in or like slide in. So having those was very helpful, so I didn't have to like keyframe everything myself. So yeah, I did all of that myself. I was pretty proud of it. For those of you who don't know, the song came from an animation trend on TikTok right now. So I heard the song on there and I was like, this is a fire song. I had it on repeat. Like I literally had it looping for like 4 hours straight while I was working on stuff, and I am so productive when I'm listening to that song. Like for some reason, like I get shit done when I have that song playing. So it was like really helpful while I was working on stuff, and like I'm still doing that even like 2 weeks later. So I definitely recommend looking up the Sinking Town animations on TikTok, because people are really talented. Like mine is very like surface level basic compared to all the other ones I've been seeing online. Hi J-Dog, what's up? Welcome in. The cardboard reminded me of rushed school projects because you said you were gonna make a rushed cover. Yeah, so the cardboard and everything, like that was based off of the trend. Like that's what the trend is doing like cardboard animation kind of things with different fandoms and stuff. So it's a very cool trend. Like it was so much fun scrolling through TikTok at like the height or like the peak of that trend because like people are so talented. People are incredibly talented with the stuff that they were making for the trends, so it was really cool to see all of that, and I was like, how can I somehow get in on this? So yeah, that's why I did the cover of the song, and I made my own video for it, because I was like, you know what, if I really lock in and I make this, I can do it. I can do it. So it was very minimal, and sometimes covers can be very expensive. Covers can be very expensive to produce. Sometimes you have to pay for your own instrumentals depending on the song, or if you want your own instrumentals for it. So sometimes you pay for your own instrumentals, and then you have to pay for someone to tune and time and mix and master, and then you have to pay for the artwork, and then you have to pay for the video. And all of that can be hundreds of dollars for like a good quality like cover to be released. But I just paid $5 on Fiverr for some simple like quick tune fixing. And that was it. That was it. It was $5 because I was able to do everything else myself. I didn't really do any mixing. I don't really know how, but I didn't want to spend the time. It was more of I wanted it to be done quickly. So like the tuning that I found, it was $5 and it would take 1 day. And I was like, okay. Okay. And he did a good job. He did a really good job. So I was happy with that. And then I was like, you know what? I'll just throw on very simple, like very simple reverb effects and stuff. Very simple mixing in Premiere. And that was it. Yeah, you really don't need big money to make a good cover. Like, yeah, you don't. I mean, think about my one other cover, the Miku cover one. I didn't even I didn't even make a video for that one. I just used the original video. So and that's what Shizuku would do as well. She just used the original videos, and then she just paid for the mixing and mastering and like the tuning stuff, which I think usually would only be like $25-30 for all of it, depending on who you go to. But I knew I wanted it to be done like as soon as possible, like before the trend kind of died down. Because you know that's part of the world of making content. Ride the trends when you can. And it's just a good thing that it's a really cool trend. So I wanted to be able to hop onto that. I usually don't typically hop on the trends because I don't really catch them a lot of the time. Like, what are people playing right now? I don't know. Other than Peak, I have no idea. I have no clue. So it was a lot of fun. I think you do need to have, even if you don't need money to make a cover, you do need knowledge. Like I've been using Premiere and Photoshop for a long time, so I was able to make that video. But for people who are like just getting started, like, damn. Excuse me, like you asked me maybe like 3 years ago, like 3-4 years ago to make that video again. I might have been able to do it, but I would have had a lot less experience. So that's where it's kind of, I guess, kind of difficult, because I think a lot of people put a lot of pressure on themselves to only put out like the best, most amazing content. So either they like don't do it because they're like, oh well, I don't know how and I don't want to try, and then put out something that's gonna flop. or then they just end up spending lots of money, you know? But I think here's my VTuberly advice for people starting out. You just have to go for it. You just have to go for it. When I look back, because I've gone through various YouTube phases. I mean, this is common knowledge. You guys have seen my like very first YouTube video. I have a reaction video to that on my channel. So you know I've gone through various phases, and you saw how terrible that was. You know, I mean, yes, I was 10 years old at the time, but but still, you just have to put stuff out. Like, my very first cover, I listened to that for the first time again recently. I was like, I don't remember this being, like, this bad. Like, but you know what? It's still up. It's still out there. And yeah, it freaks me out that it actually has, like, over 500 views now. And I'm like, damn, it's so ass. It's so bad. But you just have to do it, because if you don't go for it, like, you're not gonna learn. You know, like, you're not gonna learn if you don't go for it. Like, I've always been very, like, quiet, shy, and everything. So the fact that, like, I recorded a cover, and this was during the time when I was... Can you guys be quiet back there? I'm trying to have, like, a deep intellectual conversation, and you're, like, going crazy at your hay and everything. But if you don't want to be... Okay, then don't be a content creator. I'm not forcing you guys to do it, but, like, if you do want to do content, then, like, you just do it. You know, that's how you grow. It is growth, but, like, you can't grow if you don't try, take risks, not like bad risks, but like take a risk with the content. If you're like, well, I think this might work, but I don't know. And then if it doesn't work, then you look back, you're like, it didn't work. Now we know, and you move on. And you do better. Because I was comparing, I wish I could play it on stream, but like, I don't know, I'd probably get copyrighted, but like, I was comparing my very first karaoke stream when I sang Creep to my most recent karaoke stream, which was exactly 1 year later. And like, that first karaoke stream, like, really was my first karaoke stream. I had done karaoke once before, and like a year prior to that. So it was scary. I didn't know if it was gonna work or if I was gonna be really bad, but like, I did it, and I was like, you know what, I had fun. And then I kept doing karaoke streams, and then a year later, like, I think, like, I can hear the improvement and development of, like, not just my singing, but also just the confidence, which I think confidence does help with singing. You know, if you're like, la 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 la, you know, like, being very timid and everything. Like, I think there is, like times where, like, yeah, but, like, it depends on the song. You know, it depends on the song. But then, like, more recently, I was like, yeah, like, I've improved a lot. This is, like, not even close to what I was originally going to be talking about in this stream, but that's... Yeah, I can't stay on topic for shit. I cannot stay on topic ever. Yeah, that's my advice, guys. You just gotta go for it. I mean, I guess this applies to, like, other things in life, not just content creation. Like, if you want to do something, do it. Don't be a little bitch. Don't be a coward. Go do it. You want to go on, like, and climb that mountain that you wanted to for the past 2 years, but you just, oh no, but hiking shoes are, so who cares? I once climbed the tallest mountain in a state in just Converse and shorts and a crappy sweater. That is a true story. I climbed Mount Mansfield in Vermont in, like, high school. I climbed that in Converse and shorts. Yeah, my friend and I, we got to the top because I was with my best friend and her parents. We took like a gondola up like part way, and then he was like, her dad was like, oh, let's just go take a little look. Let's go take a little look. You know, I just want to check out the trail. We'll just do part of it. Yeah, next thing you know, we've already gone so far that we might as well keep going. And we were climbing up rocks. It was a rock scramble to get there. There were metal ladders built into rocks we were climbing up. Like on the side of a cliff. I was like, what the fuck am I doing? I was like, what? It was horrifying. And then next thing you know, we're in a cloud. And then like we get to the top of the mountain, not even a view. And we're walking around in a cloud. And people are walking past us with like full fucking hiking gear. They've got like the walking sticks, they have like the sneakers, they have pants on, jackets, big backpacks and everything, and like they're walking past her like they didn't even know how to react to my friend and I just being there in like Converse and shorts. You actually had a coworker say he didn't want to hike because of the shoes, and he's like, call him out on it. Use this story, call him out. Yeah, unless like the only pair of shoes you have is like flip-flops. If you have like any pair of sneakers, you can do a hike. Yeah, go outside, go on a hike. Like, you could do stuff. And before y'all call me out on anything, I was just on vacation doing hikes for a whole week, okay? I do go outside. I'm going on a hike for 4th of July. I do go outside. I do touch grass. Thank you very much. Before anyone tries to think they're calling me out or something. No, I'm definitely not much of an inspiring person. I don't think I'm very inspiring, but you know, I can try. Oh, I gotta burp. I almost said fart, but I did mean burp. For those who didn't see on Twitter, on vacation, I saw the Milky Way galaxy. That was cool. Let me choose some pictures here. Honestly, I didn't take that many. I really didn't take that many pictures. Let's see, I'll take... Which ones? I'll take this one, I'll take... Wait, I should probably actually look at these just to, you know, make sure. Scratch his ass. That was fine. I rode a horse. I rode a horse. That was cool. I got to ride horse. I found a crayfish. And I got a crayfish. What was the other one? I got this one. I don't even know where to put these. Excuse me. Whew. My goodness, thank you. Thank you. That was a strong one. My goodness. Okay, I'll do these ones here, I guess. Ah, crap, and then I don't know which folder I'm putting it in. Ugh. So you can't see my reflection in the beer cheese, right? No reflection in the beer cheese. Okay, hang on. Let me get some of these pictures going over here. Hi Kara, what's up? What's up? Did I have crayfish boil with it? No. I've never eaten crayfish before. I've never eaten it. I should make a separate channel for myself in the staff server that's like what's it called? Like just for me uploading pictures into it. Okay. I'll send those so that then I can save them and put them on here. Can you view the staff server? No. You know, there was actually one viewer long ago who managed to get into the staff server. Could have revealed all our secrets. But they were chill, they left. Cause it was an accident, actually. For those of you who don't know the story, Shizuku, may she rest in peace. I'm kidding, she's not actually dead. She just she had to move on and she rebranded. But she was formerly one of my gen mates, and when we all first debuted a year ago, you know, we all put links to the community Discord server down in our descriptions, and she was the one who was streaming a Q&A stream. Now that I think about it, I guess that Q&A stream is gonna be like lost media now, because I don't even have that. That Q&A stream is now lost media because I think she privated that or something. But yeah, she linked the wrong Discord. So at the end of the stream, I was like, oh, make sure you join the community Discord. There's a link in the description down below, or something like that. One of us said that. And then next thing we know, like, one of the viewers, like, went to join the Discord server. But it was the freaking staff server! It was the staff server! Thankfully they were very chill about it. They were like, I don't think I'm supposed to be here. And then they were like, sorry. I'm like, no, you're fine. It was our mistake. And then they left. They could have gone in, revealed all our secrets and stuff, because like there's, you know, that's the staff server. There's personal information there. But no, they were chill. So yeah. Ooh, can you post it on the YouTube chats? It's in the description. It's in the description. At least it should be. It's in the description, right? Wait, how do you get to the description here? Is it these 3 dots? Oh, it is the 3 dots. Yeah, and then you can copy and paste that shit. Okay, cool. You think that's the wrong one, though? What do you mean you think it's the wrong one? I don't think it's the wrong one. Oops. It's not the wrong one? Are you gaslighting me? Yeah, I would imagine it's probably... It's not the most convenient to do that. Anyways, let me grab my vacation pictures. Save image. Close enough. Save image. Oop, that says Milliway. Save image. Save that. And then save that. Let me just make sure, yeah, that one looks fine. There it is. Okay, I just have a couple pictures. I really didn't take that many. Hi Jason, what's up? Welcome. I'm going over vacation now. Which one was I going? Which one was I using to? Oh, this image. Okay. God, I need a new mouse. Actually, my mom said that she would order me a new mouse. Okay, so I mentioned the Milky Way already, but one night, my friends and I, we went out, just outside, and it was very dark, we had some beverages, and then I walk out. I keep walking into the darkness as my eyes adjust, and then next thing I know, oh, this image is huge. Good lord, this is massive. This is massive. $10 donation. A super chat. Thank you so much, Jace. A rich girl. Okay. Okay. All right. All right. Thank you, I guess. No, but thank you for the super chat. I appreciate it a bunch. Wait, I lost where this went. Oh my god, yeah, now you're first place? That's crazy. I like this. Cocainium, I guess now you have to donate $10 or even $20 to get back into first place. Man, that's tough. Okay, but no, anyways. So we had some beverages, and then my one friend was like, guys, I wanna go frolic. Can we go frolicking outside? I was like, yeah, let's go outside. Oh my god, wait, when did I move my background? When did this chart? When did that get moved so much? This was supposed to be here. What happened? I'm locking that. Und mein goodness! Y'all cannot take that first place back now. Good luck taking the first place now. Oh my goodness. Jason with the 10 gifted memberships. Thank you so much. Yay! New members. Thank you so much. Yes. Yes. The army grows. The sleeper agent army grows. But I really appreciate it. You do too much. Too much. It's awesome. You're awesome. Thank you. And I did reach out. I don't know why I said reach out like that. Gifted doesn't give XP. Wait, really? That's unfortunate. That's really unfortunate. But I did send the picture to Boss Man of like the Polaroid you were supposed to get. And he said he was gonna look into like see if he can see where the Polaroid is in the mail, like if it's still going or not. But like if he can't find information, then he'll send it. So that is hopefully either on your way on its way to you physically or virtually. Also, I know Miku, your luck. That was very unfortunate. Also, speaking of the XP and like the #1 viewer stuff, does that carry over between streams? Like, or is it just for each individual stream? Because that I don't know. That I'm not sure. You think it resets? Okay. Yeah, I guess it would make sense to reset. Because otherwise then it's like, would people wouldn't be as motivated to contribute to the stream if it's like, well damn, like this person's been here for years and I just got here, you know? So I don't know. It must reset. It must reset. Anywho, the Milky Way story. Yes, so we went outside to go frolicking. We went to a field. And then it was like super dark because there's not as much light pollution there as there is compared to where I live. So I looked up into the night sky and whoop, I could see it. I could see it. And this is a picture I took on my phone of it. And then I had to like up the brightness the whole way, but I could see it with the naked eye. It was just hard to capture it on my phone. And then I started crying. When I have beverages, I get emotional. I mean, I'm already very emotional, so I cried because it was very pretty. It was very cool. Constellations, well, I can see the Big Dipper. Actually, no, I don't think that's the Big Dipper right there. I don't even think that's the Big Dipper, because I think the Big Dipper was more to the left of us. But that kind of looks like a dipper, but it's not. I can point out the dipper, one of the dippers, and the Orion constellation, and also Cassiopeia sometimes. But like that one's hard because that one's like a W, and you can make W's out of lots of stars. But yeah, I thought it was very cool. I was very happy. And then I stood there for like 30 minutes just staring at the sky. And you know what's crazy? You know what's crazy? I saw 4 constellations. No, not constellations. Shooting stars. I saw 4 shooting stars. And then when I got home and I told my mom about it, she was like, oh yeah, like I looked into it and there was a meteor shower that night. I was like, what? So I was like, well, that makes sense because I saw like 4 shooting stars. And I was like, we were only out there for like 20-30 minutes. Like, that seems like a lot to see in, like, that short amount of time. So yeah, it was just our luck that when we went out to frolic, it was a perfectly clear night and also a meteor shower. My other friends, they were too busy doing, I don't even know what they were doing, but yeah, I was staring at the sky, like, the whole 30 minutes. Like, I did not move. I was just... My eyes... They were glued. They were glued to the sky. I was not looking down. And yes, we did. Yeah, they wanted to frolic. We all had beverages. We all had beverages that night. Oh yeah, I don't even think I was like. I think I was thinking, like, my mind wasn't completely empty. I was thinking, like, damn, like, I'm looking into the galaxy right now. Like, who knows what's out there, you know? Like, what if there's other, like, civilizations out there that I'm looking at right now? I got, like, very, like, existential. Is that the right word? It got very deep. But it was very cool. I do believe that we are not alone in this universe, or even just like in this galaxy. Like, there's gotta be, like, you know how fucking big the galaxy is? There's gotta be other shit, you know? It wasn't even a crisis though. It was more of like a frustration. Because like I know in my lifetime, like I'm probably never gonna find out. You know, even in like the lifetime of humans on Earth, we may never find out. So I was like, damn. I was like, how come this can't be like Marvel? You know, where like it's just chill, you know, and like aliens come and attack every now and then. Like, you know that like there's other worlds and universes and shit out there. So it wasn't really a crisis, more of a damn. So there was that. It was very cool. I was very happy to see it. And then I sent that picture to like everyone. We went on a hike to a swimming hole kind of thing. But it was very difficult. So like here's a picture I took there. So like you could go down to the water and like go sorry. And you could go swimming in these. But see that fallen tree right there? Yeah, we had to climb over it, but it was like fallen over like a big crevice in the ground. It was very scary. It was really difficult to get down here because it was like climbing down a mountain, and it was like climbing over wet rocks and everything. It was stressful. And I just had. Did I wear my sneakers on this one? No, I think I was just wearing Crocs. I was wearing my Crocs for this, so it was really hard, and I had my legs pretty like messed up for the next 3 days because you use such different muscles when you're trying to balance on things like going up or downhill. So like the top of my thighs were all messed up and like they were sore. Like it felt like when I pushed on it, like my whole thighs were like bruised. Just cause like I was so focused on balancing and not falling down the fucking hill. was scary. But yeah, we did go swimming in it. I mean, I didn't like fully swim because if I went any deeper than like my belly button, I actually think my heart would have stopped. Like, we got in the water, it was so cold. It was, it was like freezing. It was so cold. Oh. And then, if you guys see on the left-hand side of the picture, like the white in the water there, so there was like a little waterfall coming down there, and like there were these big rocks all over, and my friends, they like wanted to move across the water that's there in that picture. It's pretty deep, so I'm like going around the edges, and then they start climbing up the waterfall on this like slippery ass rock with a waterfall right next to them, and I'm like, oh my god. And they're like, Emmy, come on, Emmy, come on. And I'm like, I'm gonna fucking die. I'm gonna die. And then I had to like step into water that was like up to my belly button. I literally felt my heart like lag. Like, it was a feeling I never felt before. It was so cold that was like, I thought my heart was actually gonna stop right there. Like, instant hypothermia or something. It was, it was awful. And then we're like climbing up the rock. Well, like, they all went first, and then I had to climb up it. It was so scary, and the water was so cold and like splashing me from like to the side and stuff. But like, I got up and I was okay, and then they went like jumping off the rocks, because then we got to there was like a main waterfall, like a big waterfall. Hey Lara, or Lara, I don't know which one, but hi, welcome in. There's like a much larger waterfall back like behind where I took this picture, where all this water was coming from. And it was like a really deep swimming hole there, so like I kind of like sat to the side with like my feet in the water as they went like jumping off these rocks like into it and everything. I'm like, you guys are much braver than I am. I would not be able to do that. It was way too cold. I just kind of stuck to the sides, and I was looking for crayfish or salamanders or hellbenders or like any fun little creek critters. That's what I was looking for. Did not find any, unfortunately. At least not at this location. I didn't find any. But that was an experience. And then we were only there for maybe like 30 minutes, like 20-30 minutes. No, probably 30 minutes. Once we got down to the water, 30 minutes. And then there was a big flash, and then a thunderstorm came in. Yay! So then we had to leave and like run out of there, and it was like, ooh, it was a lot. It was a lot. You're in Hellbender country? I don't actually know, like, I mean, the water there might have been too cold for them, I'm not gonna lie. I don't even know. I'm looking up where to find. Found in specific regions of the eastern United States. Is there like a map? There is a map. Oh, so they may not actually I don't even think they're I don't even think they're up that far, but I was still looking for crayfish and other salamanders and stuff. But I always look for them when I go out and go on stream. So as you don't know, hellbenders are like big fucking salamanders. They're huge. Very, very large salamanders. I've never caught one, and one day one day I want to find one and I want to catch one. Your parents' house is near a river, so every day after school you dove in. Oh my god, it's always been my dream to have my house like near a creek or a river. That's all I've ever wanted. For a little bit, Nana Briar lived in like an apartment, like an old people apartment complex. She lived there for like 2-3 years maybe. That had a creek like right behind her, and so like whenever we'd go to stay with her, I'd be like, fuck yeah, let me go out there, and I'd be in the creek for ages. My My friend pointed something out about me. She was like, yeah, I noticed that like you like talking about me, she was like, you could just sit in your room all day, like just being on your computer and like streaming and playing games and watching stuff. You could be in there all day, never leave your room or the house or whatever, and be perfectly happy. But if you forcefully remove me from my house and you plop me down in a stream, I'm not leaving it for hours. I'm not gonna want to leave. I just need the extra push to get out to a stream or like a shallow riverbed or something. You leave me there, I'm there until the sun sets. But then once the sun sets, then I want to go because then it's dark and scary. But yeah, I love playing around in creeks. Something I don't have of a picture. What was this? The best game to have with friends is whoever moves first from the waterfalls. No. I just stopped my one friend from swimming under the waterfall, actually, because I was like, don't go under the waterfall, because like it was deep enough water that like if you swim under a waterfall, the water's gonna like it's gonna push you down under the water, and then you don't know what it looks like underwater. It could be circulating, and then you drown. I was like, don't swim under the fucking waterfall. That made me so nervous. Oh my gosh. Thought I was gonna see them die. Oh, I gotta yawn. What was I talking about though? Oh yeah, I don't have a picture for it, but we also went paddleboarding along a river, and that was really nice. It was very relaxing. It was on one of the it was hot. It was like 90s. It was very toasty. But we sunscreened up. I actually did not get sunburned. I got a little pink on my scalp, but I guess I sunscreened up well enough that it didn't get me anywhere else. But it was really nice, very peaceful paddleboarding down the river. And we stopped at a little like shore kind of thing. Like we stopped at a little bank of the river. You know, parked our paddle boards. And then we were walking around and there were giant crayfish in there. I wasn't able to catch the really big one that I saw because I just got a glimpse of it and then it booked it off into the deeper water. But I still caught 2 crayfishes. I love catching crayfish. See, what you gotta do is you gotta put a hand behind them and then take your other hand and approach from the front, because crayfish swim backwards. They swim backwards. So if you put a hand behind them and then slowly move your hand in front of their face, and then you make a scoop with both hands, and then you collect them. And then you gotta hold them right behind their claws, because otherwise, like, they try to put their hands back to pinch you, but they can't reach your hands if your fingers are holding them on the sides right behind, like, their arms. I've got the methods down. I've got the methods down. I'm pretty damn good at catching crayfish. There were also freshwater, like, mussels. It was very interesting. It was very interesting. I have no idea if the mussels were edible or not, but they were big. Like, they were big fucking mussels. It was cool. Like, I didn't know that those were a thing. Oh my gosh, Mika, you have to try a seafood boil. Ooh. Oh my god, I saw Red Lobster as seafood boils now. I mean, like, wow. I already loved Red Lobster, and they have seafood boil now? Say no more. I'm there. I love seafood boil. It's so good. I always get my seafood boil with... Sometimes, if I'm feeling a little extra, I'll get a lobster tail in my seafood boil, but usually I get the snow crab legs, like 1 cluster snow crab legs, 1/2 pound of mussels, 1/2 pound of shrimp, and then it comes with like the potatoes and corn. That's usually what I get. So it's so good. It's so good. I like getting lemon pepper butter. I get this like lemon pepper mix at the place that I go to. So good. So good. You've got to go try it sometime. You have to. It's so good. What was I talking about? Oh yeah, paddleboarding down the stream. Yeah, so it was very nice, very fun. I enjoyed that a lot. I also tried looking for fun critters and stuff there, but only got the crayfish, which was still cool. It was still cool. On another hike we did, unfortunately I was walking in the back, but my friend in the front, because we had to walk like one by one because it was like a skinny path. My friend in the front was like, oh my god, a snake, and I was like, where, I want to catch it. But it like went across in front of them and they didn't grab it. I'm like, if that was me in the front, I'm grabbing the damn snake. Give me the snake. I've yoinked a few snakes in my lifetime so far. Actually, I would like a pet snake, but the problem is like they live a long time. Like most of them live at least 15 years. And I'm like, that's a big commitment to have a snake, because like they last so long. I was like, I don't know. I don't know. This guy's Australian. I'm not talking about like a giant, like a python or something. No, I just mean like the little like the little corn snakes or whatever they're called. Like, I don't know, I think snakes are cute. I think snakes are so cute. I would love to have a snake. I don't know. Maybe. No, because I want to have a cat, and like, what if the cat gets to the snake and then like kills the snake, or vice versa, you know? I don't know. But yeah, so almost could have gotten a snake, but I didn't. I should bring up, what's the next picture? What's up with another picture that I have? On the topic of critters, I saw there were lots of these butterflies. I believe these are yellow swallowtails, like swallowtail butterflies. Swallowtail butterfly. Maybe? Yeah, this is let me look at the picture. Which kind is this? I think, according to my research of looking on Google, this is a Canadian tiger swallowtail. So there were tons of these around. They were everywhere. They were so pretty. They were super nice. There was one when we got to the end of our like paddleboard thing, and we were bringing them back on shore, then I noticed on the ground, my friend like nearly stepped on it. There was one on the ground that must have like flown into the water or something, so its wings were a little wet and it was still there, just like drying off. So I put my finger out and it just kind of accepted my finger, and I picked it up and I carried it. I was gonna carry it over to some flowers, but then it flew away before I got to the flowers. But it was on my hand for a decent amount of time. Bro was chilling. They're very cute. Very cute. I like butterflies a lot. They're pretty. I had one friend in 5th grade who like swore that she got bit by a butterfly. I'm like, you dumb bitch. A proboscis is not gonna bite you. I was like, don't even try to gaslight me that a butterfly fucking bit you. Like, what? True! Butterfly gaming, this is perfect for you. You want to hold a butterfly? I think it's difficult sometimes. I think, I don't know if you have any where you are, but if you ever go to those, the, like, butterfly like the indoor butterfly gardens or like butterfly conservatories or something. There's this one that I've been to a couple of times where, you know, you go inside and they keep it like kind of like a tropically kind of climate inside, and there's just butterflies everywhere, and they have tons like feeding, they're all flying around and stuff. I love going to those. They're very cool, and a lot of the time the butterflies in there are pretty used to people, so you can just kind of put your finger out and they'll just kind of bloop, they'll just kind of hang out on your finger, or sometimes they'll just land on you. So those are always very fun. I enjoy going to those places, but I don't have any that are like nearby, so it's not often I get to go to those. Sound like butterfly heaven. Yeah, I mean, they basically are. Like, if you're a butterfly, that's a nice place to live, you know? You don't have any natural predators in there, except maybe just like a toddler whose parents suck and just let them loose, you know? But, so yeah, there were tons of butterflies around. I just had a picture of like the view from one of the car rides. Wow, look at that view. They ignored the filter. I used this image to like copy an editing thing that I saw on TikTok, so ignore the filter, like the edits and stuff on it, but like, yeah, so it was very nice. Super nice scenery. Like, you're just driving around and it's just like that. You're like, wow, it's very nice. Yeah, it was constantly like beautiful views, so it was super nice. There's this one road that we had to keep driving through to get to places that's like so skinny and narrow and like loops around these giant ass rocks that like trucks can't drive through them. Like, you can't drive a truck through it because it's like literally driving between like the crevice of two mountains. And it's like, thankfully my friend was driving because I don't think I could ever drive through this. It's like one lane as you're like coming around a giant ass rock down a hill that you can't see the other side of, and you don't know if there's another person coming up the hill right there. It's very stressful. So I was like, thank goodness it's not me driving. Let's see, and then the last picture I have to share. Where was this? Hi, so this is, I was in Vermont for vacation. So these are, I'm just showing some pictures from my adventures in Vermont. So the last picture, I don't know if you guys know, I'm pretty sure. So you guys know the Von Trapp family? Pretty famous. Pretty famous family. I'm pretty sure they're the ones who did Sound of Music. Like, the hills are alive, the sound of music. You know them? You guys know what I'm talking about. Or like, doe, a deer, a female deer. Yeah, no, okay, well. It's a family that fled, I believe, Austria, like, at the start of World War II. And they went out into Vermont, and now they have a like family lodge resort and like restaurant and stuff there. So I went with my friends and my one friend's parents. Actually, her parents paid for our meals, which is very kind because it was pretty expensive. But it's all German food, and I love German food. As you guys know, I have a German ancestry. So what did I get? I got, oh wait, shit, that's the wrong. Wait, that was the wrong one. I got pretzels, let's go. They were so good. They were so good, it was so delicious. It was so yummy. Vermont in the winter, yeah, no, I'll pass. I don't ski, I don't snowboard. I don't need to be anywhere in the mountains that are snowy if I don't have to be. But this was so good. It was so good. Cause like I've been to Germany before, and you know, obviously I would always get pretzels in Germany because I was a kid, and like what kid doesn't love pretzels? And there's just something about German pretzels. They're so good. And like it actually made me nostalgic eating these because like this is how they actually tasted when I was in Germany. I was like, wow, I haven't had like a soft pretzel like this, like a German soft pretzel in ages. Cause they're different than just like, you know, like the kind of soft pretzel you get at like, you know, in the mall or something, you know, one of the ones in the spinning racks and stuff. Say the name of this dish in a German accent. I don't know. I just know them as Bretzels. Pretzel. I could say Guten Tag, Guten Nacht, Danke, Nein, Breze, Spielplatz, and how did it go again? Like Ich bin ein Ogre. Ich bin ein Ogre. Means I am an ogre. But anywho, yeah, these pretzels were very good. Thankfully, my friend's parents were paying for it. And they were the ones who ordered the pretzels. Just want to make it clear before I tell you the price of these pretzels. So my friend's parents ordered the pretzels for everyone. So we got like 6 orders of these pretzels. The pretzels were $15. Not individually, but like for 2 pretzels, it was $15. Yeah, $15 for 2 pretzels. And then ready, this is the craziest part. This is the craziest part. The beer cheese, the cheese there was separate. The beer cheese was sold separately. You wanna know how much that little dish of cheese costed? $5. $5. We got 3 of these. That means 3 times 15, 45. And we got 3 beer cheeses. So it's $15 worth of cheese at the table. You add all of that together. Oh my god, oh my god. We had $60 worth of pretzels. $60 worth of pretzels and cheese. Ah, that's crazy. But you know what? They were so good. They were so good. It was so delicious. Oh, it was so good. And the cheese was really good too. But damn, $5 for cheese? It's crazy. Yeah, it was kind of an expensive place. We didn't go to the expensive restaurant. They have like a fancy, like nice restaurant, like when you would dress up to go to, at like the main resort, like lodge place. We didn't go to that one because it's expensive. Even more expensive than $5 beer cheese. And we just went to like the brew house or whatever, or the beer hall, brew house, whatever it is, which was still definitely on the more expensive side of eating out, but it was good food. It was very good food, so I'll take it. We still dressed up to look nice, like we still all wore like dresses and stuff, so it was a very nice evening. It was a very nice evening. We took some nice pictures and stuff. Not it freezing while I was yawning. That's messed up. Yeah, the experience. Yeah. No, I just wanted German food. I got oh my god, it was so good. I got like a sausage flight. You know how you get like a flight of like beers to try? You know what I mean? It was a sausage flight. It came with 3 German sausages, and they were laid across some sauerkraut mashed potatoes, and then there was also tomato salad. I did not eat that because I don't like tomatoes. And then there were pickles, but like homemade pickles, like they made the pickles there and stuff. It was really good. And then there was red cabbage. It was all really good. It was super tasty. Very enjoyable. And like all of that was like $28, I think. So like I think that is reasonably priced. I think the $15 pretzels and $5 beer cheese, I think that's kind of ridiculous. You can tell that you bought well, I didn't get the $60 worth of pretzels. It wasn't an experience. Look, everything else I thought was like very like fine pricing. It was really just the pretzels that were like a ridiculous price. What was the shirt that I got? Oh yeah, so for those who didn't hear in my stream yesterday, I mentioned that I got a like $45 shirt. Why did I do that? It's such a cute shirt though. It's a pink tank top, but it's like frilly and lacy and layered and stuff, and it's very cute. It's very cute. And the only reason I got that, it's from Urban Outfitters. The only reason I got it, which like this is my first time ever buying something from an Urban Outfitters because it's really expensive. It's really expensive. But I went to go find everything online so that I could like request them for like my birthday or for Christmas. But then they didn't have that one online. They had the shirt, but they had it in like white and like beige or something. I'm like, but I want the pink though. So like, it was either I get that pink shirt right then and there in person, or I never get it. So I got it. But it's really cute, and I'm happy with it, and I'm gonna wear it on my next vacation. That's super cute. But yeah, other than that, I really tried to limit myself with how much I spent. I tried to keep all my meals under $20, which in this economy, that's difficult. That's difficult. One of them, I kept it under 15. I kept it under $15, so that was very impressive. I didn't buy any souvenirs or anything. I bought like a couple snacks just to have at the hotel. Because otherwise I would have gone very hungry. So I only got like a couple snacks. I limited myself. I just got like a tub of ice cream. Not really a snack, but my snack was a tub of ice cream. It was Ben & Jerry's. It was really yummy. I like fish food. And I skipped out on one of the activities that everyone else did. They all went ziplining. But it was ziplining that I had done like twice before in previous years, and it used to be $90. It used to be $90 for the ziplining, and now it was like $130, and I was like, nah, nah, no, $130 for something that I've already done before, and I did it for like far cheaper. I couldn't bring myself to do it. I was like, I'm not spending $130 on ziplining that I've done before. It's crazy. And like after I went ziplining, damn, I sound so. After I went ziplining in Costa Rica, ziplining in Vermont just couldn't compare. I sound like a bitch. But seriously, I went ziplining in Costa Rica, and it was amazing. I was like, there's just not really anything that's like, you know, so that just added more to it. And then I was like, you know what, I'll just stay back and I'll do homework. And then I accidentally clogged the toilet and had to call maintenance. But I finished my homework, and then I had to go pick everyone else up from ziplining. But you know what? I saved myself $130. So you know what? Because of that, I then went and bought a $45 shirt. But let's be real, even if I did go ziplining, I probably still would have bought the shirt. So I still saved $130. So, it's fine. It's fine, it's fine, it's fine. Ah! And also, getting gas on the way home, I was so happy. I was so happy to fill up my tank. It was only like, actually, I guess it wasn't really filling up my tank. It was like, kind of like 3/4 of my tank, but it was only like $36. When usually when I fill up my tank, it's like 50 bucks. Ooh. Could have bought 6 plates of pretzels and beer cheese with the money you saved, so it was worth it. Oh my god, I just can't believe this is so expensive. But it was so good. Oh. My sausage flight. I literally, one of the things going into this trip that I was looking forward to was getting the sausage flight. I just really wanted my sausages because I had been there to that restaurant before and I was like, I want my fucking German sausages. I want them. I want them. So I got them. I got them and I was happy. I was very happy about it. Oh my gosh, oh my gosh. And then I came home and then it was back to editing and doing homework. Like I spent 2 hours doing homework earlier today. Brr. But I've been editing stuff. Gah. Oh god, wait, there's a bird. Excuse me. Sorry, I don't know why they keep coming. I don't know where they keep coming from. Damn. Yeah, also, remember yesterday, for those of you who were here, I said, oh yeah, and then next week is also a week of only 4 streams. I lied. It's only gonna be 3 streams next week, and then I'm gone. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Look, I'm gonna be gone. Why not then? Here. I'm going to be gone from the 10th. Oh god. I'm gone from the 10th. And I'll be back on the 21st. I'm sorry. Because I have 2 back-to-back trips. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. It's because so from like the 13th through the 19th I'm gonna be on my family vacation, and from the 10th through the 12th is when I'm going out to see my work in an exhibition. So I'm sorry, but don't worry, members, for my elite sleeper agents, I will be doing a members only stream next week before I leave. Okay, I will be doing that. Don't worry. So I'll have that. Yeah. Trust me, yes, I'm happy. I want to go on this vacation, but at the same time, I'm like, but damn, that means I can't stream for over a week, like well over a week. Ugh. But it's like, how much time do I have this week and for the couple of days I have next week to make shorts? Because I have schoolwork because I have my summer class going on. So yeah, kind of inconvenient. Kind of inconvenient timing. So it's like during the day I'm working on schoolwork stuff and then I stream and then afterwards, I mean, I guess I could after, but like there's other things that I'm working on as well and it's like, yeah, I have one summer class that I'm taking. It's only like 4 weeks long, so it's pretty short. This is already like the second week. It's like, it's because I couldn't get into the fall class and I have to take it before like the fall, you know, if I want to graduate after this fall semester. It's an art history course, so it's pretty cool. It's interesting. I already took like a general art history course, but this one's a more like specific topic, so I'm doing that. And then I'm gonna like double check with my advisor, but like then I'm only taking 2 classes in the fall semester, so I shouldn't have too much work. It's not too much work, yeah. Yeah, I'm graduating college a semester early, actually. Oh, you're going into college for your first year? Wait, like this fall? Wait, like this fall is gonna be your first, like, semester? Is that what you're saying? Ooh. I had a miserable, terrible time my freshman year of college. But that's just my unfortunate experience. I went to a school, stayed in the dorms for my first year, and then after that year, I transferred to a school back at home. My problem was my roommate. It was my roommate. And lots of other things. So my roommate was actually a twin. And the twin went to the same school, and so did their best friend. So it kind of put me in like a tricky situation of like, because usually your freshman year, it's like you're friends with your roommate, but then like you find other people as well. But like I had a hard time finding other people because like no one really talked in classes. And the club that I did was esports, which was like mostly online stuff. So I didn't really meet new people. So definitely meet people. So my roommate and her twin and their best friend, like they already had their friend group going into it. So it was kind of hard to like find a spot within it, and they weren't really my kind of people. I chose her as a roommate because like we had the school had like a roommate matching thing, and it said her interests included like gaming and like anime and stuff, which was true, and like we would play Valorant together sometimes. Yeah, that I have played Valorant before. Whoa, I've just never played it on stream. I tried to once, but then the game wouldn't work. I don't know, there's something wrong with it. Yeah, we played Valorant, and like she had seen different anime, but I don't know. It just like just a bunch of unfortunate stuff. And then my school just kind of sucked. Like the dorms, disgusting. Never cleaned the bathrooms. I watched the same hair globs sit on the floor for months. It was gross. And then we had co-ed dorms, and I had half of the I think the basketball team. Pretty sure it was the basketball. Yeah, no, it was half the basketball team was not just in my dorm building, not just on my floor, in my hallway. And 2 of them were directly in the room directly across the hall from us. So it's like, and they would always have their door open. Their door was always open, and they were always there hanging out or like playing music or had other people over hanging out. I have like pictures in my camera roll of when I took pictures out of the doors, like little peephole thing, and they're like literally leaning against our door, all chatting directly outside our room. I'm like, what the fuck? What the fuck? Why? They would like throw the basketballs against our door. What do you mean? If I'm complaining about something, I took the pictures and then send to my friends, be like, look at these fucking assholes. Be like, oh, guys are doing it again. And then it was always so awkward, they kept their door open. So like, I'd walk out to walk down the hall to go to the bathroom. And then like, there I am in like my bathrobe and stuff walking down the hall, and like I walk out the door and they're just like right there, door wide open in their room, and I'm like, this is so it's frustrating. And I have always had a room to myself. I've never shared a room with my sibling before, and I think I got a bit too used to that. It was very frustrating because I couldn't stream while I was there. Like right before I went to college, I was like starting to get the hang of streaming and getting into it, but then once I was there in the dorms, it was very difficult to stream or make content. It was also difficult to just play games with my friends because I would have to be like pushed to talk on Discord, because like my roommate would always be talking on like FaceTime with friends and stuff or playing music, and I'm like, but like I can't be that bitch like, excuse me, I'm trying to play video games with my friends on Discord, can you please keep it down over there? You know, like I can't do that. But it's like, so it was very frustrating. I couldn't do the things that I really enjoy doing. Well, I had a roommate, so that was tricky. And there's just like other stupid things my college did. Like the dining halls closed at 8 o'clock, but I had a class that went until 8 o'clock. So I'm like, what the fuck? Ah! You're about to be in your first year and you already want to graduate. No, you got this. I actually found that college went by very quickly. I felt like it went by very quickly. You graduated last May, and honestly, you rushed to get out of the dorm so fast. I know, dorms were just not for me. I know there are some people who really do enjoy dorm rooms. I'm not one of those people. I was honestly quite miserable. And like, I'm not saying this to scare you, because like you can definitely be one of those people who really do like it. And you know, different schools have different dorm setups and rules and policies and everything. So like, it's probably gonna be a very different experience from what I had. So half your freshman year floor joined the most intense frat on campus. It was a mess, and the RA didn't do anything because he was also a frat guy. Oh my god. You know, my RA, like, would not have done anything. He was actually really cool. Like, they would come in and actually, like, smoke with my roommate and friends and stuff. I'm, like, sitting over here trying to, like, edit a little gaming video, and then they're all, like the RA is in there smoking, which was against policy, by the way. In case you couldn't tell. Is it like manageable with streaming in college, especially since you're graduating? Like me right now, I'm managing pretty well. I think there's times where it gets difficult. Like sometimes classes will just, unfortunately, different workloads will line up at the same time, so I'll end up with like a lot of work one week, and then I can't really make as much content as I want. Like, if I had all the time in the world and energy, I would love to be able to make like 5 shorts a week, but that is difficult. It's very difficult. Like I was doing pretty good. I haven't done many shorts so far this summer, but like when you look at my channel, I've posted 3 videos in the past 3 weeks, when before, like, I hadn't posted one in 3 months. So I can definitely get more done. I just have to find like the right balance. I've done like 5 shorts or so since the semester ended, but my problem is then like in the summer when I don't have school, there's like tons of other things I'm doing with my family and stuff. So it's tricky to find the right balance. But I make it work. I'd say that I make it work. I think it's manageable. Especially freshman year, I think if I didn't have a roommate, the amount of work that I was getting my freshman year wasn't a lot, actually. So yeah, I've been able to manage it well. I was streaming when I came back home, when I transferred home. I was doing college, work, and streaming, and I could still do all 3. Which, obviously, not for everyone. Some people get more burnt out, like, you know, quicker than others. But, like, I could do that. Too many people never realize that blaring music is in a shared space isn't cool. Yeah, there's this guy. Let me tell you about Greg. Let me tell you guys about Greg. I might have mentioned him before in stream. I don't know, but so there's this guy, Greg, in the hallway, and his dorm room was wall to wall with the girls' bathroom. This sounds like a lot worse than it's actually about to be. But Greg was a musician. He played the guitar. And you could hear the guitar playing like all throughout the hallway during the day. But then because his room is right next door, when I had to go number 2 in the bathroom, it was like I swear to God, there was a vent going like right between the 2 rooms. I could hear his guitar so clearly. It was like I was being serenaded while I shat. And it was so weird because then I'm like, I can hear the guitar so clearly. I'm like, is Greg listening to me shit right now? Like, how much can he hear if I can hear his guitar so clearly through the wall? I don't know. It stressed me out a little bit. Hi, Potato. What's up? Welcome in. Welcome in. So yeah, that's the story of Greg. I never went to college, but for some friends who did, it sounded awful to live in the dorms. Yeah, it really depends. It really depends, because I know people who really enjoyed being in dorms, you know, like they made friends, and then like your second year of college, you move in with all your friends and everything, and you have fun. And I'm like, no. Because then I definitely knew I had to transfer home when they ran out of single dorms, like immediately. They had no more singles on campus, and the like sophomore year housing option were suites. Sounds better, but no. It was, so there's like a common area and then 2 bedrooms on either side, but then the 2 bedrooms are so small that only there's room for one person to stand in between the beds in the bedrooms, because it's 2 people in the rooms. I'm like, absolutely the fuck not. Abso-fucking-lutely not. So I got out of there. I was like, no way. If you can tolerate the strict classes and annoying living conditions for 8 to 9 months, you'll live. Yeah. It was a lot. But thankfully, like, it felt really long in the moment, but now I'm like, damn, like, I'm almost done. I just have 2 art classes that I'm taking this semester and I'm done. Maybe if you played guitar so you didn't have to hear you poop. Maybe. Maybe. It got better for you after freshman year because you got to live with your friends instead of a stranger, and the frat guys moved into their buildings. Yeah, exactly. I definitely think, like, for people who can tolerate dorms better than I did, and if you have friends, which I didn't, then like your second year usually gets a lot better in terms of like housing and friends and stuff. But yeah, none of it was for me. Oh my gosh, guys, I went out before I went to college. I was like, I'm gonna buy these skimpy short little party dresses and I'm gonna go to parties. Woo, oh my gosh, it's gonna get crazy. I went to one party, Halloween weekend. I didn't even drink anything. It was in a frat basement. Don't go to parties in frat basements. I'll tell you right now. Didn't even drink anything. It was nearly like a crowd crush. Because they overfilled the basement because they were charging like $5, like $5 or $10 to get in. And then you get down there and like my group and I immediately got separated because it was like shoulder to shoulder. Like I wasn't choosing where to walk. Just the crowd decided where I went. It was so scary and I was so stressed out that then once I got to like a more open area, I was like, I can't be here. And then I like booked it. I went outside and then I threw up because I was so overwhelmed. So I was not a party girl in my 1 year at college. Just nothing about the college experience was for me. Nothing about it was for me, unfortunately. May have already said this, or you don't want to share, but what's your major? So I am an art major. That is my major, but I focus mostly in photography. Like I'm not really much of a painter, or like I don't draw or anything. I enjoy oil pastels. That's about as like traditional as my art gets, but I've done mostly photography. Like since high school, I've done 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then this fall will be my 6th photography class. But specifically film photography. I like film. I like working in dark rooms. I think it's a lot of fun. I have like a bunch of different film cameras and stuff. Yeah. Your brother's an art major too, but he focuses on painting. Yeah, painting and photography is very different. My sibling does like painting and drawing stuff, whereas I do more like I would say even film photography this day and age is pretty digital because like you scan the images and then you edit them online. So yeah, they're very different. They're very, very different. But I really enjoy it. I wish I could show you the picture. Ooh, because like I got like one of the reasons I'm leaving, like I mentioned earlier, is because one of my photos got into like an art show, like an exhibition in a gallery. And so like that's why I'm going out to see it, because it's my first art show, yay! But I can't show the picture because then y'all can like dox me, because like obviously I don't do photography under EmileneBriar. But yeah, it is what it is. It is what it is. But I do really enjoy photography. It's a lot of fun. Wow, vertical stream. That's what everyone keeps saying that when they come in here. What's up, Dante? What's up? Yes, it's a vertical stream. Ugh. I remember why I don't do too many just chatting streams. I start talking too much and then like my throat hurts. My throat hurts. Good for you, don't understand Normie's obsession with those parties. I think I can understand at least some situations. For example, so my roommate and her twin sister, they both had a very strict upbringing. Like their mom was very strict all the time, but then one of my favorite sayings is strict parents raise sneaky children, you know. So even like if it's subconscious, like a lot of the times like kids who have strict parents, then they'll want to go against what their parents want because they're fed up with them. So like my roommate and friends, like they smoked cigarettes, they did like other drugs and everything, they went to tons of parties and everything, because like kids who were in strict households, then they get to college, are like, holy shit, there's like, I can do whatever I want. I can do whatever the fuck I want. So like I can go to parties, I can go crazy, let loose, you know? So I definitely think like that's part of the reason behind it. Obviously that's not the reason for everyone. Other people have different reasons, but that's at least one perspective that I know of. I'm like, okay, yeah, that makes sense. But then like my one friend from high school, I know that like she went to lots of different parties and went drinking and everything, like freshman, sophomore year. But I know her parents. I know her upbringing. It was not strict, and her parents were very like loosey-goosey, kind of like, oh sure, do what you want. Oh, you want us to buy you this? Sure, we'll buy you this. You know, so I'm like, I don't know. In that situation, I don't know. different people have different reasons. Some I understand more than others, but who knows? All I know is it just wasn't for me. Not for me. I was like imagining I would have such like a cliche college life when I went to college. Like I'd go to the sports games and like wear the college colors and everything. I didn't go to a single sports game. I went to like 2 events on campus. No, I went to 3. Yeah, I went to 3. I went to the like club fair at the beginning of the year because I knew there was an esports club. So I wanted to go check out the esports club. And then I like joined the Discord server from there. Actually, no, I think I had already joined the server, and then I was like, hi, like I'm Emmy, like I'm in the Discord server, and they're like, oh hey, what's up? You know, talking about Overwatch. This is when I was like big into Overwatch still. Like I played all the time. I do miss Overwatch sometimes, but I don't have enough space on my computer right now to reinstall it. Oopsies. Oh, I gotta do some adjusting or uninstalling. Like I'm probably not gonna keep playing The Last of Us 2, so I could probably uninstall that. Like that was a big game. But I went to the club fair thing, and then I went to this like school hosted party. I went to that. So it was like things like, oh, stuff your own like school mascot plushie and paint a rock, or I don't know, I didn't remember what it was, but I went to that for a bit. There were like food and whatnot. I was like, hey, if there's free food, I'll take that. And then the other event I remember going to was the esports club. They did a Wii baseball tournament, but I went up against one of the like sweatiest I went up against one of like the sweatiest, like nerdy ass like kids, and I lost in the first round. I stunk. It was so bad. It was unfortunate. It was very unfortunate. Yeah. No. He was a sweat. Well, I mean, I guess it wasn't that sweaty. I just didn't know that there were like other pitches that you could do. Like, I didn't know that pushing different buttons did different pitches and stuff. Now I know. Now I would be like awesome. Oh yeah, if it was Wii bowling, I would have kicked everyone's ass in Wii bowling. I'm pretty damn good at Wii bowling. I'm pretty good. But yeah, that was fun. I do, one of like the only things that I miss, other than the one dining hall's burgers. The burgers in the one dining hall were super good. And I missed the sushi guy. We had like a little marketplace and there was a sushi stand in the marketplace on campus. The guy was very friendly and he made delicious sushi. I miss that too. But I also miss my esports team. I do, I really do. They were all really chill people. I had a lot of fun. I was like their adopted freshman because like they were already like kind of an established friend group, you know. I was like the only freshman on the team, and there were multiple Overwatch teams that the school had for like different like ranks. So I was at the one like in the middle. Like in the like plat rank range. It was a lot of fun. We had practice once a week and then we had games once a week as well to like do the whole tournament. I think we got second. We got second place in the tournament just because the one team had like a Grandmaster Reinhardt that like shit. We just could not do anything about that Reinhardt because it was the average of the ranks across your team. So it's like the rest of their team, pretty ass. But they just had that one Grandmaster Reinhardt that just carried the shit out of them. And we're like, wasn't much we could do. But we got second place in the tournament. It was a lot of fun. And I did really become better at the game. I really did. My one, like, I don't know. It's like, it's kind of hard to like play those games anymore. Like most of the time when I play a game, I'm playing it on stream. Like I don't really have time. I do have time, but like by the time I'm done editing other things or like working on other stuff, then I just kind of want to sit and watch something. I don't really have the energy to game anymore. So like even Rivals, I haven't played Rivals in a long time. I haven't played Overwatch in like well over a year. Haven't played PUBG in like a few months. Last time I played that was also on stream. So no, practicing for the esports team, like that was always super fun. That didn't take fun out of the game because like I knew I was getting better from it. It's just like with streaming now, and it's like like yeah, I could just stream tons of Marvel Rivals, but then like no, you know, like I've already kind of marketed and set myself like as a variety streamer. Like I don't really have like a specialized like specific niche topic, you know what I mean? Because like I know a lot of you guys really don't give a shit about Rivals or like Overwatch or anything, so that's like, I don't know. Damn. Roblox Arsenal, I love Arsenal. That is such a good game. That's such a good game. Did you guys ever aim train? Like how does esports practice work? So oh my gosh, it's been so long. What did we do? We would do different exercises. A lot of the time we would just go into quick play matches and we would practice with that. Would we play competitive? I don't think we did. I think it was mostly quick play that we did to practice. We would try different like team comps, see what worked. I remember one practice, what we did was we played the game with no sound. And it was actually really helpful. So we played Overwatch for a few rounds with no audio. So you had to be like a lot more, like it basically taught you to be a lot more aware at all times of where people are. You know, it's like, well, I can see like their Reinhardt's here, the other, like the 2 DPS are there, their Mercy's there, where's the Kiriko? She must be behind us, you know? Because otherwise, a lot of the time you just rely on sound cues, and then sometimes you don't, sometimes you miss the sound cues. You know, sometimes you don't hear the footsteps with everything else going on. So when you can't hear any sound, then you have to be so much more aware of everything else visually, you know, and it makes you keep track of like everything that's going on, where people are in the game a lot more. So like that was a super helpful thing that we did. So it was a lot of fun, and I definitely did become better at the game through that. So like I really do want to keep playing more Rivals and get better at Rivals. It's just like finding the time. Excuse me. Excuse me. I don't know. Maybe I'll play some tonight. Maybe I'll play some tonight, and then, I mean, I already planned out my schedule for the month, basically, so maybe in August, maybe at some point in August, I'll play more Rivals. Yeah, because that's the thing, like, I'm Lord on Bucky, but, like, shit. That means if I go in and I haven't played in months, I'm gonna be ass. I'm gonna be so bad, and then I'm gonna be Lord, and they're gonna be like, "Oh, what the fuck is what is this? She's Lord, but she stinks," and that's embarrassing, and it stresses me out. I don't like that. I don't like that. It makes me nervous. I haven't played with like the most recent like heroes or anything too. Like I don't know. So I gotta get back into it. I think it was also tricky because my friends, like, they all stopped playing it. I was like, oh, god damn it. Although my one friend, she said that she'd be willing to try the game because I told her it was free. I should reach out to her and see like if she ever wants to play. They say it's part of the warm-up. I know. I want to play more Rivals. I want to play more Rivals. I'll do that at some point. Yeah, it was very fun being on an esports team. The school I transferred to has esports as well, but it just kind of like, I don't know, it's a much bigger program. I mean, the one at my old college was like, was a pretty decent size as well, but the one at my current school is like a bit more serious, I guess. You know, like people are much higher ranks and everything because it's a much bigger school. It's like twice the size of my old one. So I was like, well, well. So I was a little intimidated by that, and also like when I got home, I was like really getting into streaming stuff, you know, and I got into WonderPop and everything. So I was like, you know, I'm gonna focus on this stuff. So because between like, you know, it's like I would go to class, you know, throughout the day, I'd come home, eat, and then stream, and then go to bed. So like when would I have time for esports things? Like, I could have time, but then I'd have to take time away from streaming stuff, and I wanted to prioritize streaming over esports things at the time because I wanted to grow as a creator and as a VTuber. But I also want to get better at gaming. But I just have to stop. I need to stop making excuses. I just need to do it. I need to listen to my own advice I was talking about earlier in stream. I just gotta do it. I just gotta do it. But I think for now, I'm gonna go because my throat hurts. So I'm gonna go get a strawberry popsicle. I'm gonna get a strawberry popsicle to soothe my throat because I've yapped too much. I've yapped too much and now my throat hurts. So, But yeah, perhaps now I want to go play Rivals, but I have other things that I have to work on. You see where my frustration comes in. It's frustrating. What am I doing tomorrow? Tomorrow is we are going to play Papa's Pizzeria! Yay! That's one of the things I have to do tonight. I have to schedule tomorrow's stream still. So tomorrow is going to be Papa's Pizzeria. Great game, iconic game, gotta love it. So we're playing that tomorrow at 7:30 p.m. EDT, EST, whatever it is, Eastern time. So we're doing that tomorrow, so don't miss it. I will do my best to try and remember to add everyone in the Discord server this time because I forgot tonight. And then on Thursday, I'm playing Peak with Nelly. So look forward to those. Don't miss them because there's not many streams left until I'm gone for over a week. So make it to the ones that are happening now before it's too late. But I hope you guys have a lovely rest of your nights or your days or mornings or whatever it might be. And hopefully I will see you guys tomorrow. So goodbye.